The crowd hadn't even caught its breath midway through NXT's July 15th episode when the air shifted. Not in the ring, not in the stands, but backstage, where tensions ignited like gasoline meeting a match. Under the dim glow of the locker room lights, a moment of triumph brewed amongst LFG, the Undertaker's carefully hand-picked stable of rookies, Shiloh Hill, Donnie Sikilski, Bailey Humphrey, and Drake Morrow. They weren't just celebrating, they were honoring legacy. They were paying homage to a man whose name echoes through the very foundation of professional wrestling, The Undertaker. And then came the disrespect. The intrusion. The firestarter. Trick Williams, the reigning TNA World Champion. The self-proclaimed Trick NA Champion. The man with the swagger, the title, and now, the audacity. He didn't walk in with grace or camaraderie. He walked in like a storm. He walked in to provoke. And provoke he did. What Undertaker sees in y'all, I don't even know, Trick scoffed, voice oozing arrogance, words dripping with venom. When the Trick NA Champion shows up, you better start walking. Y'all wasting my time. Those words hung in the air like a bad omen. The room fell silent. The kind of silence that doesn't come from fear, but from fury. From shock. From betrayal of tradition. A man who had yet to lace boots in WWE now belittling one of its eternal icons. A man who chose to insult not only The Undertaker's judgment, but his legacy, and those who carry it forward. But Trick didn't stay. He dropped his words like a Molotov cocktail and walked out as if the smoke behind him wouldn't matter. But it did. Moments later, Shiloh Hill's phone rang. Not just any ringtone, but that one. The unmistakable grind of metal and throttle. The voice of Kid Rock slicing through the silence. American Badass. The Undertaker was on the line. The Deadman was watching, listening, waiting, and now, he's answering. Not just through a phone call. Not just through silence, but with thunder. Moments after the segment aired, social media erupted. Fans flooded timelines with speculation, hope, and war cries. And then came his voice, not in person, but through the only platform needed in that moment, Twitter. The Undertaker broke his silence. Houston, Texas. Live. In person. The Deadman is coming, not to make friends, not to deliver wisdom, but to deliver a message. Because there are names you don't blaspheme in this business. Faces you don't sneer at without consequence. And legacies you don't question, unless you're ready for war. Trick Williams might hold gold now, but in Houston, he'll find himself staring down a force older, stronger, and colder than championship belts and camera angles. He poked the hornet's nest. He stepped on the mythos. He disrespected death itself. And now, death is answering. What The Undertaker built with sweat and blood, Trick tried to shatter with ego and words. But wrestling history doesn't forget, and it certainly doesn't forgive. Houston won't be just another NXT moment. It'll be reckoning. The Phenom's LFG squad, rookies though they may be, stood tall. They didn't flinch. They didn't bow. They held the line, even as Trick tried to walk through it like a king without a crown. But now they're not alone. They're not just disciples of greatness. They're the new front line. And their general is coming back. With the weight of 30 years behind him. With every soul he's claimed at WrestleMania in his wake. With every bell toll that once silenced arenas and made grown men freeze in fear. Trick Williams may think this is a new era, but The Undertaker. He's the era that never truly died. He's the end of the line. And in Houston, Trick will learn that some legends don't need to talk. They just arrive. And when they do, the ring doesn't become a stage. It becomes a graveyard. Because The Undertaker didn't pick Shiloh Hill, Donnie Sikilski, Bailey Humphrey, and Drake Morrow to win popularity contests. He picked them to carry on a mantle, one soaked in darkness, forged in pain, and resurrected in respect. Trick thought he was interrupting a rookie celebration. What he interrupted was a prophecy. The LFG isn't just a team. It's a calling. A warning. A final line of defense against the arrogance of this era. And now that line is being reinforced by the man who made wrestling walk a little slower when the lights went out. You can disrespect a name. You can mock a legacy. But when that legacy decides to rise from the grave, the only thing left is regret. So let Trick walk. Let him talk. Let him flaunt his titles, his hashtags, his victories. But when that gong hits, when the arena in Houston drowns in purple haze, all the pride in the world won't save him. Because the Deadman never forgets. He only waits. And tonight, As the smoke clears from that backstage moment, one truth lingers like fog in a cemetery. You don't call out The Undertaker unless you're ready to rest in peace.